Kamal, I am going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it as naturally as possible, like a real person, not like a student in an exam.
Okay, I am ready.
What do you do for fun at the weekend?
Honestly, it depends. If the weather is good, I like to go for a long walk somewhere green. If it is raining, which it often is, I stay home, make a big pot of tea, and read something I've been putting off all week.
Perfect. Natural, warm, specific. That answer had everything, and that is exactly what today is about.
Welcome to TalkFluent. I'm Kamal.
And I'm Nora. Today we are practicing 50 real English questions and 50 real natural answers. The questions people actually ask in daily life, not textbook questions, not exam questions, real ones, the kind that come up at dinner, at work, on a first meeting with a new friend.
And for every question, we give you a full, natural answer. Not just one word, not just fine, thank you. A real answer with real language you can borrow, adopt, and use immediately.
This episode is for B1 and B2 learners. 15 minutes, let's go. Group 1, meeting someone for the first time. The questions that open every new relationship.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from a small city in the north, but I've been living here for about 6 years now. I moved for work and somehow never left.
Notice, not just I'm from Morocco, but where I am from, how long I have been here, and a small reason why. That extra detail makes the answer feel like a conversation, not a form.
How long have you been living here?
About 3 years now. It still feels new sometimes, especially in winter when I wonder why I ever left somewhere warmer.
A little humor, a little honesty, that's what makes an answer human.
What do you do for work?
I work in marketing, mostly digital. I help small businesses figure out how to reach more people online. It sounds technical, but it's actually quite creative.
I work in plus the field, then a simple explanation of what that means. Then one personal detail. It sounds technical, but it's actually quite creative. That last line is the one people remember.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Most of the time, yes. There are days when the pressure gets to me, but overall, I feel lucky to do something that keeps me thinking. Not everyone can say that.
Honest, balanced, not too perfect, not too negative, real.
How did you two meet?
We actually met through a mutual friend at a dinner party years ago. We ended up talking for hours, and that was basically it. Sometimes it really is that simple.
A short story, a specific detail, dinner party, hours, that was basically it. And a warm closing line that invites the listener to smile.
Group 2, talking about daily life, the questions you hear every single week.
How was your day?
Honestly, quite busy. Back-to-back meetings until 3 and then a mountain of emails. But I managed to get out for a walk at lunchtime, which saved me.
Which saved me. A beautiful natural phrase. Something rescued the day. Something made it bearable, which saved me.
Did you sleep well last night?
Not really. I stayed up too late reading and then couldn't switch my brain off. Classic mistake. I always do it and I never learn.
I always do it and I never learn. This is so relatable. It makes the person listening feel immediately connected. They've done the same thing.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Just coffee, if I'm being honest. I'm not great at eating in the morning. My body wakes up long before my appetite does.
My body wakes up long before my appetite does. A vivid, specific way to say I'm not a morning eater. Much more memorable than I don't eat breakfast.
Do you cook at home or do you usually eat out?
A bit of both. During the week, I try to cook, mostly simple things that don't take too long. At the weekend, I let myself off the hook, and we usually go somewhere nice.
Let myself off the hook means to stop holding yourself to a rule, to give yourself permission to relax. I let myself off the hook at the weekend.
What time do you usually wake up?
During the week, around 7, which feels very early until I remember that some people wake up at 5, then I feel much better about myself.
A little gentle humor. a comparison that makes the listener laugh, and the answer becomes warm and human instead of just a time.
Group 3, talking about hobbies and interests, because this is where real connection happens.
What do you do in your free time?
I read a lot, mostly fiction. I also like cooking new things at the weekend, not always successfully, and I've recently started walking more, which sounds boring but has genuinely changed my mood.
3 things, not one, and each one has a small detail. Not always successfully, sounds boring, but genuinely changed my mood. Real texture, real personality.
Are you into any sports?
I used to play football every week when I was younger. These days, I mostly walk and occasionally cycle. My knees have opinions about more than that.
My knees have opinions, a funny, natural way of saying my knees hurt when I do too much. Very natural, very real.
Do you watch much television?
More than I should, probably. I go through phases. I'll watch nothing for weeks and then completely lose a weekend to a series. No regrets, though.
No regrets, though. A casual, confident closing. I know it might sound lazy, but I'm fine with it. No regrets.
Do you have any hobbies you've recently picked up?
I started learning how to make bread during a quiet period at home. I thought it would be simple. It was not, but I'm slowly getting better, and the failures are at least edible now.
The failures are at least edible now. This is the kind of line that makes someone burst out laughing. Specific, self-deprecating, warm.
What kind of music do you listen to?
It completely depends on my mood. In the morning, something calm and instrumental. When I'm working, nothing with lyrics or I can't concentrate. And when I'm cooking, anything loud and energetic.
Structured around mood and situation, not just a genre, but when and why. That makes the answer interesting.
Group 4, talking about travel and places, because everyone loves this topic.
Have you traveled much?
A fair amount, not as much as I would like, but I have been lucky enough to see some places that really stayed with me. Some trips change you a little, and I think that is the whole point.
Some trips change you a little. A beautiful, thoughtful line. It takes the question beyond just, yes, I have traveled, and into something more meaningful.
What is the best place you have ever visited?
That is genuinely hard to answer, but if I had to pick, there was a small town in Portugal I visited a few years ago. Nothing famous, just beautiful and quiet and full of good food. I still think about it.
I still think about it. 4 words that say everything. This place mattered. It stayed. It lives in my memory.
Is there anywhere you really want to go that you have not been yet?
Japan has been on my list for years. The culture, the food, the fact that everything apparently works exactly as it should, I find that incredibly appealing.
Everything apparently works exactly as it should. A funny, specific reason. Not just beautiful or interesting, but something personal and funny and real.
Do you prefer cities or the countryside?
I love cities for a few days. The energy, the food, the things to see. But if I'm honest, after about 3 days, I start craving quiet. So the countryside wins for living. Cities win for visiting.
A comparison structure. Cities for visiting, countryside for living. Clear, organized, natural.
What is the longest trip you have ever taken?
About 3 weeks, a road trip with a friend years ago. We planned about 40% of it and made up the rest as we went. Somehow, that was the best part.
Somehow that was the best part. The unplanned part was more memorable than the planned part, a small truth that everyone recognizes.
Group 5, talking about plans and the future, looking forward in English.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Nothing too dramatic. I want to cook something new. I've been looking at a recipe all week, and hopefully get outside for a few hours if the weather cooperates.
If the weather cooperates, the weather as a character, will it cooperate? Will it behave? A natural, playful phrase.
Are you doing anything special this summer?
We are hoping to go somewhere in July. Nothing booked yet, but we have a short list. Somewhere with sun and preferably somewhere I can eat well. Those are my only real requirements.
Those are my only real requirements. Light and funny. I do not need much, just sun and food. Very human.
Do you have any big plans for this year?
I want to read more books than last year, which is not a very exciting answer, but it matters to me. And I'm trying to worry less about things I cannot control. That one is ongoing.
That one is ongoing, means I'm still working on it. It hasn't been solved yet, and probably never will be. Honest and relatable.
Is there anything you want to learn this year?
I've been thinking about picking up a new language, just a little. Something completely different from anything I know, just to keep the brain uncomfortable in a good way.
Keep the brain uncomfortable in a good way. A beautiful phrase for learning and growth. Not painful, just challenged, stretched, uncomfortable in a good way.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Honestly, I have stopped trying to answer that too precisely. I used to have very specific plans, and life had other ideas. Now I focus more on the direction than the destination. Somewhere good. That's enough.
Somewhere good. That's enough. A wise, warm, honest answer. Not a list of achievements, not a career plan, just somewhere good.
Group 6, Opinions and Preferences. The questions that reveal who someone really is.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
Absolutely a morning person. I do my best thinking before 10. After that, I'm just maintaining. By 9 in the evening, I'm ready to be horizontal.
Ready to be horizontal. A very funny, natural way to say, I want to lie down, I'm done, I'm ready to be horizontal.
Are you a hot weather or cold weather person?
Cold, without question. I function much better when it's cool. Heat makes me slow and slightly miserable. I have accepted this about myself.
I have accepted this about myself. A mature, self-aware phrase. I know this is how I am. I'm not fighting it anymore. I've accepted it.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee in the morning, non-negotiable. Tea in the afternoon when I need something gentler. They serve very different purposes, and I refuse to choose just one.
Non-negotiable, not optional, not flexible. This is a fact of life. My morning coffee is non-negotiable.
Do you prefer reading books or watching films?
Books, but only because I can do it at my own pace. Films are wonderful, but sometimes I want to stay in a story for longer than 2 hours. Books let you live somewhere for a week.
Books let you live somewhere for a week. A poetic, natural way to explain why books feel deeper than films. Not just read, live.
Would you rather live in a big city or a small town?
A small town, but one with good transport links to a city. I want the quiet without feeling cut off from everything. The best of both worlds if I'm allowed to be greedy.
If I'm allowed to be greedy, a playful way to admit you want 2 things at once. A charming, honest phrase.
Group 7, talking about family and relationships, the personal questions.
Do you have any siblings?
I have one older brother. We are very different people. He's extremely organized and I'm extremely not, but we get on really well. Opposites apparently work.
Opposites apparently work. A warm, funny way to end a description of a relationship. We shouldn't work, but we do.
Are you close to your family?
Yes, quite close. We don't live in the same city, so we don't see each other as often as I would like, but we talk regularly, and it always feels like no time has passed, which I think is the real sign of closeness.
It always feels like no time has passed. One of the most beautiful things you can say about a relationship. True closeness survives distance.
Do you have any pets?
No, but I've been considering it for years. Every time I see a dog in the park, I'm about 30 seconds away from getting one. My lifestyle is the only thing stopping me.
About 30 seconds away from getting one. Exaggerated and funny. Very relatable for anyone who loves animals but hasn't yet committed.
What is something your family always does together?
We always eat together when we're all in the same place. A big meal. Everyone brings something, it gets loud and chaotic, and it's my favorite thing.
It gets loud and chaotic, and it's my favorite thing. The chaos is not a problem. The point is that it's chaos. The chaos is what makes it home. Group 8, Feelings and Well-being, the questions that need honest answers.
How are you really doing?
Honestly, better than a few weeks ago. It's been a busy period, and I haven't been great at resting, but I can feel things settling, which is a good sign.
I can feel things settling, a calm, hopeful phrase. Not fixed, not perfect, but moving in the right direction, settling.
What do you do when you're stressed?
I walk. Even just 20 minutes outside changes everything for me. If I can't get outside, I make tea and sit somewhere quiet. And if all else fails, I clean something, which tells me I'm really stressed.
Which tells me I'm really stressed. Cleaning as a stress signal, a funny, honest self-observation. Everyone has their version of this.
What makes you genuinely happy?
Simple things mostly. a good meal with people I love, a book I can't put down, a morning with nowhere to be. These are not dramatic things, but they are real things, and real things are what I actually live in.
Real things are what I actually live in. A beautiful closing line. Not the big events, the small, real moments. That's where life actually happens.
How do you switch off at the end of the day?
I try to have a clear line between work and not work. After a certain point, I stop checking anything. I cook dinner or read or just sit and do nothing. Nothing is underrated as an activity.
Nothing is underrated as an activity. A wonderful phrase for doing nothing has real value. It's not laziness, it's necessary, and it's underrated.
What's something small that always cheers you up?
A really good cup of coffee first thing in the morning, a message from a friend I haven't heard from in a while, or if things are really bad, a dog that looks at me on the street. Dogs fix most things.
Dogs fix most things. A warm, funny, true observation, and a perfect way to end a group about feelings and well-being.
50 questions, 50 real, natural answers. Every situation you'll face in daily English life.
Meeting people, daily routines, hobbies, travel, future plans, opinions, family, feelings. All of them with full, real answers you can borrow, adapt, and make your own.
Here's your challenge. Pick 3 questions from today, just 3. Think about your own real answers and say them out loud in English right now before you do anything else.
Not perfect answers, real ones, your ones, in English.
Write your favorite question and answer in the comments below. We read every single one, and we'd love to hear your voice, even in text form.
And if today helped your English, share it with someone who wants to sound more natural in conversation, because everybody deserves to speak English the way real people speak it.
I'm Nora.
I'm Kamal.
We'll see you in the next one.